Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew Bedard, and this summer I had the opportunity to intern with PricewaterhouseCoopers in Boston, Massachusetts. So my presentation is titled An In-Depth Look at Public Accounting. So just to start off with, I'm going to give you kind of a presentation overview what I'll talk about the next couple of minutes. So company background, PwC kind of corporate culture and what that means. An internship orientation, what I kind of did that week. Learning objectives, experiences that I had personally. We'll talk about the public accounting industry for people that might be interested in following that career path. And then finally, certain Elon academics and my reflection that applied to the summer. So like I said, PwC is a limited liability partnership. They're headquartered in London, England, and they're a multinational professional service firm that services different lines of service such as advisory, tax services, assurance, and different things like that. As you can see, they're more than established throughout the world, 776 cities with over 180,000 people, and they are a Big Four accounting firm. Like I said, I was in the Boston office. This is home to approximately 2,500 employees, 250 interns, and it's their second largest office behind New York, and they're set to open a new location site there in the next couple of years, which should be pretty cool. So as I said, the PwC internship orientation and training, kind of what that looked like. It was basically a week-long program starting with Monday, June 17th, where we had a very fun and eventful orientation overview kind of day. And basically we just met all of the 250 interns. It was pretty much just a large conference room. We got our computers, we got our ID badges, saw different software and things like that. So it was pretty much an administrative day. But still very cool, plenty of free meals and fun activities with that. So it was very enjoyable and a nice way to kick off the internship. Following that, Tuesday, June 18th through Friday, June 21st, we had training. So we were in conference rooms, about 20 interns per room, with managers, seniors, partners, learning a lot of the different software, learning different things we would be exposed to on audit teams, or if you were in tax teams, just to get familiar with the concepts, so when we were on our engagements we weren't sitting in the room completely lost. So very high level stuff, but at least got us familiar enough to turn on the computer, turn on the different softwares, and just get familiar with what we were going to be seeing. So that was Tuesday through Friday, and that culminated with a 40-question test Friday afternoon that you had to pass before starting Monday. So next, I want to just talk about the learning objectives. I think the PwC set and the experiences that I had. I broke it down into two different things. So an internship with PwC, you learn a lot of different things, but the biggest I think is client services. And what that means is you're working with other companies, other corporations, large, small, are hiring PwC to go in and perform a service for them, whether it's an advisory role, whether it's an audit for their financial statements, whether it's filing their taxes. All of these different things kind of fall under client services. And what that means is you need to be able to talk on your feet. You need to be able to build relationships, represent yourself well, because these people don't have to hire PwC in the future. It's whether or not you deliver a product that they really appreciate and find value in. Going off of that auditing skills, I think there's a technical side to the internship as well. You're performing audits, you need to know accounting skills and apply them to the client engagements and understand how they work in financial reporting and why we do them. So I think those are the two biggest things PwC would have stressed. Client services, kind of building those relationships, but also having the technical skills to deliver a strong product that you trust and you support. So next I want to talk about the public accounting industry. I know a lot of people hear a lot about it. Busy season definitely gets a bad rap, and that was some of the things that I had heard going into it. But some of the other things that I think often get left out. So for starters, it's a very young industry. A lot of the times you're going to be working with people that are anywhere from 23 to 28, 30 years old. If you look at even the partners, most of them are under the age of 50, 40 to 50 for the most part. So a lot of the people are recent college graduates. They've only been in the industry 3 to 5 years. So it's very easy to socialize, kind of meet these people. You're going to be in rooms with them. So you want people that are kind of in the same stages of their life that you are. It just makes the dialogue a lot easier, and that was something that I hadn't found at other internships. In addition, it's very team driven, so there might be 5, 10, 15, 20 of you in a room at a client site. You work together, day after day. So even though you work at PwC, you're probably going to be on a team of 5 or 10 people for a few months out of the year. So I think that was very cool and gave you the opportunity to work on a team. And if you had any questions, you always had 5 or 10 people sitting right around you that could help you out. In addition, long hours during busy season, I think that's just kind of a reality of it. I don't really see that as a huge deal. Um, but then my last 2 points I think are very good. There's a lot of strong learning opportunity at the Big Four, and they're very career oriented. So if you can come in and perform the different tasks and kind of set yourself up, you'll be promoted, every few years throughout the firm. So I think that's very cool. Where some career paths are pretty dead, public accounting is the opposite. There's always room for growth. So then pretty much the last 2 points I wanted to talk about, the Elon classes, Elon academics that I thought most applied. I'd say college writing was the most. I think people need to be able to write, and there isn't enough emphasis on that. Being able to effectively communicate your points and deliver them can set you far and above your competitors or other people you're working against. So I think that really needs to be stressed and really helped. I think business communications, just the ins and outs of emails, telephone calls, voicemails, etc., can really advance your career, and it can really hurt your career. If you don't know how to leave a proper voicemail, it's going to look pretty bad on your professionalism. So I think that was really helpful. And then finally, I think international relations. It's kind of a weird one to put here, but I think having the ability to understand the world around you and really talk about it really makes you kind of stand out in a room with people of varying ages, and really adds a whole nother side to you that can really help in an engagement room. You're sitting with these people for months at a time, so it really helps if you can talk about things and you're not just accounting. And so finally, my final reflection. I thought the PwC internship was great. I thought they did a wonderful job at exposing us to public accounting while providing learning opportunities like how to network and kind of ways to set ourselves up for our young career. What I would have done differently, I probably would have just researched more and more about the accounting industry. They understand that we don't have a lot of access as kids, and it's kind of tough to understand some of the very technical things, but I think the more research you do, the better off it kind of sets you up for a successful internship. And what I learned about myself, I want to pursue public accounting with PwC after college. And I think the working in team kind of mentality and environment is kind of what helps me kind of work harder and drives me and pushes me forward. So I appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you. Have a nice day.